Welcome to the news desk of Television Nigerian. I am Charles Ibe with the news on the hour. The need for proper coordination by agencies of government and other critical stakeholders in rebuilding the Northeast devastated by activities of Boko Haram insurgency has been emphasized. Former Chief of Defense Staff General Martin Luther Agwei gave the charge on Tuesday in Abuja at the opening of a high-level forum on disarmament, demobilization, reintegration, peace building and reconciliation in Nigeria held at the Nigeria Army Resource Center in Abuja. Correspondent Lawrence Audu has the rest of the report.
Forum on disarmament, demobilization, reintegration, peace building and reconciliation in Nigeria held at the Nigerian Army Resource Center, Abuja.
So as long as we don't disarm those who are unauthorized holders of these weapons and other weapons, as long as we don't, we will not have peace. And remember that if there is no peace, there can never be development. And even when you develop, the little that you develop will be destroyed by those people who are not interested in peace. So we all have, and that is the responsibility of government and every apparatus of government, the protection of civilians.
In his remarks, Swiss Ambassador to Nigeria, Mr. George Steiner, said an effective DDR process that successfully rehabilitates ex-combatants, if properly implemented, can promote reconciliation and recovery in conflict-affected communities.
Making the process more effective will require uniting our efforts and really working together across institutional affiliations in a coordinated manner. If we do so, I believe the benefits will be great. An effective DDRR process that successfully rehabilitates ex-combatants can undercut insurgency. And if it is victim-centered, DDRR can also promote reconciliation and recovery in conflict-affected communities.
The federal government says it will rehabilitate the Warri, Port Harcourt and Kaduna refineries to achieve local production of 360,000 metric tons of liquefied petroleum gas by 2023. The Minister of State for Petroleum, Timi Silva, made the disclosure at Nigerian LPG Summit 2019 in Lagos on Wednesday. The summit, jointly organized by the Nigeria Liquefied Natural Petroleum Gas Association and LPG Summit based in Singapore, has the theme LPG, Harmonizing Development and Growth in Nigeria and Africa. The minister, who was represented by his technical advisor on gas business and policy implementation, Justice Dera Fakra, said the move was part of the national gas policy of the government. Silva said the government was desirous of defining LPG penetration in the country, noting that only about 5% of its population are currently using LPG as energy source. The Department of Petroleum Resources, DPR Warri Zonal Office, says it has sanctioned 3 petroleum stations and 2 gas plants over alleged sharp practices in Delta State. Anti-Asukwo, Warri Zonal Operations Controller of DPR, represented by Victor Onwodiosa, the manager, gas section of the DPR, made this known to newsmen on Wednesday shortly after the regulatory agency's routine exercise in Asaba. Asukwo said the airing petroleum outlets were sealed in Asaba over alleged offenses bordering on underdispensation, operating without valid licenses, poor housekeeping, suspected adulteration and inadequate safety facilities. He listed the affected stations as Emre Oil and Gas, Sonel Oil and Gas Limited, both located on Benin-Asaba Expressway, and Alpha Bakers Limited, located in Nnebisi Road, Asaba, respectively. The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, says no fewer than 916,000 children are out of formal school education system in Katsina State. The UNICEF Chief of Field Officer, Kano, Maulud Warfa made the disclosure on Wednesday in Katsina during the 2019 end-of-year review meeting and 2020 State Engagement Planning Workshop for Kano and Katsina states. He revealed that Kano State has about 1.49 million out-of-school children, which is the highest number in the country, with a student-to-teacher ratio for Kano State at 103 to 1 teacher, while in Katsina State the ratio is 92 to 1. For nutrition, Warfa said that 60% of children under 5 years were stunted, while 1.7%, representing over 400,000 children, are suffering from severe acute malnutrition in Kano State. We'll take a quick break now, and the rest of the reports continue thereafter. Stay tuned. You're still watching the news on the hour on Television Nigerian. The Nigerian Army says its troops of Operation Lafia Dole has continued to exert superiority against remnants of Boko Haram Islamic State West Africa province elements, thereby neutralizing a number of them in recent encounter. The Nigerian Army Operation Media Coordinator, Colonel Aminu Ilyasu, disclosed this in a statement on Wednesday in Abuja, stating that the troops came in contact with elements of Boko Haram terrorists on Tuesday at Sabongeri, a known Boko Haram criminal crossing point into Zamfisa forest. He explained that the troops responded and neutralized 3 of the Boko Haram criminals, logistic carriers, while others escaped into the forest. According to him, 81 rounds of 7.62 mm special ammunition, food items, and 7 bicycles belonging to the criminals were recovered in the aftermath of the encounter. Meanwhile, in a related development, the Nigerian Army on Wednesday released 983 suspected terrorists cleared of links with Boko Haram insurgents. Major General Olusegun Adeniyi, the theater commander Operation Lafia Dole, made the disclosure in Maiduguri at the formal handing over of the suspects to the Borno State government. Zamfara State Governor Bello Mohammed Matawale on Wednesday signed into law a bill stopping the payment of jumbo allowances to former governors, their deputies, ex-speakers, and other past political office holders in the state. The Zamfara State House of Assembly had on Wednesday outrightly repealed the law that allowed jumbo payment of pension and other allowances to former governors, their deputies, speakers, and their deputies in the state. The abolishment of the law came barely 72 hours after a letter written by a former governor, Abdulaziz Yari Abubakar, to Zamfara state government, demanding for the payment of his upkeep allowances, running into millions of naira leaked to the public. According to the letter, which generated heated debates within and outside the state, the monthly upkeep allowances for the ex-governor in the state is 10 million naira, backed by law, which was amended and assented to on the 23rd of March 2019. The Carnival Calabar Commission on Wednesday said delegates from 35 countries and 20 Nigerian states will be participating in this year's forthcoming Calabar Carnival. The Commission's chairman, Gabriel Ona, told newsmen in Lagos that participants were expected from Vietnam, Bangladesh, Italy, Brazil, Malawi, Kenya, and many others. Ona said the delegates from other countries would actively participate in the carnival, scheduled to take place between December 1st and 30th through various activities and performances. That's the news on the hour. Many thanks for watching. I am Charles Ibe.